Let's walk this kitty home, Caddy. I think there's a way for us to resolve this.
Do you?
Be honest now, are you embarrassed by my being banished to the interior of BC? You know, as anxious as I am to report for duty in Quesnel, what if I leave St. Kitts ahead of schedule?
All on your own?
And land in St. Louis, come see you in Midtown, just like that time back in 15.
Don't you dare!
Chalmers tells me you're passing on that Roberts fella. But did you see his broadcast?
Dogma and speech codes of the campus revolution. These kill our minds and our spirits. And their climate justice, euthanasia, and reproductive rights mean to kill the body of our unborn children and our aging elderly.
Then why, Caddy, are you passing?
Roberts is Canadian, right? And yes, saw his broadcast. Bit extreme perhaps, but the director can do as he proper well pleases. I shan't interfere in it. But Saoirse, why ask me?
Cadence, we both know the director won't hire without your say-so.
To hear thee talk, Saoirse. It's me alone runs Radio Free, lock, stock and barrel.
Interesting deflection, Cadence.
Canada has become a closed society thanks to media blackouts, partisan judges, speech tribunals, and government and its funded institutions operating under a cloak of non-transparency and anonymity. These are not the characteristics of the free and just society.
And as it happens, Indiana told me some dosser at the symposium had you all banjaxed, and he was a Canadian, just like Roberts.
These are not the characteristics of the free and just society.
I told Indy that in confidence.
Deadly brilliant. Indiana leaks more than a non-secure server. Caddy, tell me what happened in Watertown.
He said hello first, nothing special, but all week seemed open and affable, and I felt it raw, and no contrary instincts, me fault for getting personal, and dead rights, on the Friday night at a Don's, I got the cold shoulder, like he didn't wanna know.
Caddy, you had feelings for a colleague at a symposium. You took a chance, and he was a dosser. You did nothing wrong. It's what you're doing now that's unprofessional. You're letting personal feelings block a candidate whose analysis is credible.
Introduction here before you see the broadcast, which is part of my application, which I sent to your Midwest field office there in St. Louis. I hope that was the right thing to do. If you're watching this, I guess you know that. Now
So what are you telling me?
Give Roberts your endorsement, and if he comes to work here, you can better resolve this, personally and professionally.
You'll have to ask Dayekov.
So I gotta go through standards now? What's wrong with you?
Excuse me. You are not my only subordinate. Exasperating, maddening, yes.
Cadence, I think I understand what this is about, but you're not being professional right now.
I cannot believe I am in this conversation.
You think this is easy for me?
I don't know. I don't know whether you're just stupid or an arrogant poser. I'm just trying to keep the section on track. And every time I see you, I wonder, is he going to be civil to me? Or cruel?
Cruel? What am I supposed to say? I'm the one you walked out on the other day. 2020. The use of such...
Are you drunk?
Cut.
Sorry.
You couldn't tell me, Indiana, that my tie was crazy. Caddy, working together. We let the past be the past.
You mean you hoped it would be?
Because you wouldn't give me a straight answer.
What about your friend, Indiana? You just abandoned the both of us in the studio.
As if this is about Indy.
Caddy, you said no to us being in a relationship.
Yes, I did, for personal reasons. And then there's our professional issues. You were only seconded to me. You really work for operations. You all knew about it, but of the three keeping me in the dark, it hurts that you did it, all the while taking orders from Liana Vissa.
I don't follow Leanna's directives.
Doesn't matter.
Well, operations does like being on top.
Wow, that you would joke about that, knowing my fears and suspicions. It's beyond cruel. And while I believe you when you say you didn't, I'd rather see you learn a lesson about being penitent and humility, rather than go on as your flippant and insincere self. You think you're righteous because you didn't do it. Well, search the sins of your heart, Canuck. You can fall on the stone and be broken, or otherwise, the temple eventually falls on you. And why those little jokes the rest of us found funny in 7th grade. Move past them, Roberts, and land somewhere in junior high. Rise up to the maturity level of the average 14-year-old. Perhaps I'm wrong. But I think you were once a decent person, but you got dropped on your bonds. At least something has debilitated you. Have you forgotten it? Well, dead rights, you need to remember it. And you know what? You need to fettle this, best you do.
Jocelyn, you know I love you, and I trust you.
Just the same as I trust you.
What did he say?
Get your head straight.
This is about Watertown, isn't it? You can't let it go. One time, I'm a little out of sorts.
Saskatoon Roberts, look at you with all the answers. You think all your sins gather ruined Watertown, well that fettles not. And your stubborn pride might one day be your sole companion.
My heart still beats, and my skin still feels, my lungs still breathe, my mind still. If you ever
You went to Warm Spring, Arkansas, babe. Sometimes.
And the other times,
Would the bailiff mind repeating the charge for the prisoner?
Mitch, if you think that political correctness will just one day sort itself out, you are living in a fantasy. The poison tree bears only poison fruit.
No religious group is going to be barred from summer jobs on the basis of their beliefs. Period. Anyone who tells you otherwise is pushing a political agenda. However, there are certain groups that are specifically dedicated to fighting abortion rights for women and inclusion of LGBT communities.
The level of admiration I actually have for China, because their basic dictatorship is allowing them
Is the standard tactic of the campus radicals, who silence debate by vilifying their opponents as haters.
Aren't you gonna stop me?
Это радио бесплатно. Канада, Америка.